Welcome to Think Alive. We're Sharon and Andy, just two people with a dream and a vision of restoring our traditional stone-built farmhouse in southern Spain, transforming it into a beautiful off-grid home and sharing our journey with you.
Welcome back to the Thinker, everyone. As you can see, it's not the usual blue sunny sky that we get, and we're even forecast with rain, and as I speak we're getting a few spots. I've put the brackets on the roof timbers at either side. I'm going to cut this one to go under there actually, level with the wall. So if I want to put a door on it in the future I can do, and it'll also help to support this one, because that one's further up there, more further than is ideal away, and it may pivot a bit. So, but first I need to get rid of all this stuff on here, remnants from the old door, to allow it to go back. So that's the first job. Right, so I cleaned that off best I can for now. I've actually got a solid olive branch in the wall here, which I can screw my thing to. I need to attach it to that. So I'm going to offer it up, try and get it in the right place, and then just mark it to cut it at an angle. Then I can pin it through to this one. Where is it? Here it is. Oh god, I need to move all this rubbish first off the floor. Well, they say you can't make an omelette without breaking eggs. I seem to break a lot of eggs. Let's have a look. It's going to be somewhere there. So I'll get a clamp, get my spirit level, and a pen. See what we can do with it. Stay. Thank you. Right, so that's where he wants to be. I've sighted it across the wall as well to make sure it's in the same line. I just need to try and mark this now. It's not easy. Oh well. That's it. Right. There. So I've got my mark on the back there. I'm gonna set the saw to that angle, but I'm gonna cut it long, because it's really difficult to mark around the back. I can always take a bit off it. I can't add some back on. Right, so it sits nicely in there. It's got a little bit of fine tuning to do though, because this one is slightly twisted this way. There's obviously a bit of stuff on the wall. I just need to slacken the bolt off, knock it off to enable it to go all the way back. Which is a bit of a pain, but it's got to be done. The problem is, because this is sort of curved, this wall, I need to just make a bit of a packer to put behind this thing. I may just slide it off and put another nut behind it actually, just to space it out a little bit from the wall, and that'll allow it to sit back nicely. So I'll try a nut first. That's it. There we go. Not easy. Right, we'll tighten them up in a bit. Right, let's see if we get this one in now. Right, super. Get that tightened up now. Right, it's vertical that way. It's vertical that way. I just see one more screw now. Yep, there. To go through here into this big piece of olive at the back. So I'll go and get one. That's got a big torque screw. I'll bully that into place. And then it should be good. So the next, I think it just wants to go that way a little bit. Check it again. Not too far. Lovely. The more you put in it, the more solid it gets. Right then, just get him in the right place there. Oop. Right, these are tight. That olive is absolutely rock hard. There we go. Nice, absolutely solid, fantastic, fabulous. It's taking shape. We'll have to leave it there briefly. We've not got much power to be running the saws. I don't really want to start the generator. And the hoof lady's coming in shortly this afternoon to check Donkey Susie's 6 weekly check-up and inspection. Where's that time gone? So yeah, we'll come back to this shortly. Well, the hoof lady's been, Donkey's all sorted. His hooves are starting to become more normal now. He'll never be right for the years of abuse that he's had in the past. I'm not going into that. But he's a happy donkey and he's improving. Same with Goat. We took them both for a walk yesterday. Goat's absolutely terrified if he gets away from his pound still. So who knows what's happened to him in the past. But again, he's a happy goat. They can't bear to be separated, goat and donkey, so we take them a little walk, try and get them used to things, do what we can for them. Anyway, as you can see, it's another grey day after another grey day yesterday. I don't know how much I'm going to get done on the roof because the generator came in, obviously, and it's now hit 20 hours, which means it needs its first oil change. It's very important. I can't leave it because it's our lifeline, and obviously we want to look after it as much as we can to get the best out of it, and without it we'd be, well, in trouble at times like this when there's not enough sun to keep the batteries charged and everything working. The generator's got an hour meter on it, so we can see how many hours it's done. I don't know if you can make that out on there. Is it just flickering? It says 20.1 though. So it's time to change it. The first one's at 20, and then it's every 100 hours after that. So what we need to do, it's got a drain hole on it at the bottom there, but it's got a sealed base and everything on it, so we can't drain it. So we're going to have to pump it out through the dipstick hole like you do on boats and stuff like that. So I'll go and find my pump and get some containers and see if we can get it out. So all we do, remove the dipstick. The oil's actually very clean for a diesel as well. Normally it's black. Pop that on there. We've got our little 12 volt pump, which we should be able to click onto the batteries of this. It's got direction arrows on it, tells you which way the flow goes. This end needs to go down the dipstick hole, assuming it'll fit, and as far in as we can get it. So let's have a go. Yeah, that seems to work alright. Right, this end goes into our measuring jug. This is there. I'm measuring it out to give me an idea of how much I need to put back in. So then, oh, there's not much room here. I don't need to build this. I'm going to just connect this onto the batteries and it should start pumping. So then they're going first, and then the pause. See what happens. There it comes. coming slowly. You can see that. There we go, we've got air coming through now. And that's probably about it. Get him out. I'll lift the tube up so it all runs down and then suck the rest out. Letting gravity help us. Right, okay, fantastic. See if you can see there, we've probably got out about, I don't know, 1.4 litres. It's supposed to hold 1.6, but I don't know how full it was. I didn't check it properly before I started doing that. So I'm going to get 1.4 litres of new oil in another jug and then see if we can get that in there. So with the generator you get this nifty little device for filling it. It goes in the oil filler hole there. I've got my first litre of oil which I'm going to pour in. Then I'm going to put another 400mm in, take the right cap off it. This one I need to take off. And stick him in there gently. I'll get him filled up. Right, so that's the last of it in. I'm gonna let that run down and settle for a few minutes. Then check the level on the dipstick. And assuming that's alright, I'm going to start it up and run it for 10 minutes or so and check it again. We want it right, we don't want too much in, that'll be fatal, and we don't want too little in because that would also be not good either. Plus it won't run if there's too little oil in it as well. It's got a little sensor on it. So I'll get this lot put away, let that sit for a minute and come and check it. Right, so let's have a look. All you do, you don't screw the dipstick in, you just push it in and then pull it out and check the oil. You can see that it says it's just about full. So what I'm going to do, start it up and let it run for 10-15 minutes and then check it again, see if it'll start. Well, I know it will actually. Not a lot of space, I should have made this bigger. Here we go. Turn him on, let him do his thing. Right, okay, well that's it now for 20 minutes. It's just run for 20 minutes, so we'll let it sit for 20 minutes and then recheck the oil and then we should be good to go. Right, so the generator's all sorted, all topped up with fuel and ready to go now for another 100 hours basically. Tomorrow's forecast to be a bit brighter and a bit warmer. I'm absolutely freezing. I've been outside all day struggling, so I'm going to light the fire, get the apartment nice and warm because we've got no free heating today, and get on with this in the morning. Right, okay, better day today, no icy cold wind. It was 2 degrees Celsius overnight last night, pretty chilly, just above freezing, but without the wind it's not that bad, and we're promised sunshine for today. As you can see, there's bits of blue in the sky. Right, today I'm going to try and, I've kind of cocked up really, well, I'm going to try and get the joist across. I can't go and get the roofing sheets because it's not open on a Saturday or a Sunday, so they'll have to wait till Monday. It's Saturday today, but I'm going to try and get the beams across in preparation. I'm going to start with the very back one so I can get in it. I've not decided what to do with these big beams yet, so let's get a measure. Balance on this one. £1,450 exactly. Right, let's go and get cutting. I always put a block under the timber to the same height as the saw then. I'll stick that there and get our wood. We'll try this one. £1,450. Get it exact. Right, let's go and try it. Stay. Right, so I'm just going to use joist hangers to hold it in place. These screw to the main beam on the side, and then the cross member just sits inside there. Very easy, very strong. Seems like sensible to me. So I'll see if I can get these in and get it in the right place, get it where we want it, and then we can look at the next one. Alright, so I've got a screwdriver, bag of screws, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to lift it off and then just measure where I want it, put the joist hangers on, and then drop the beam back into the hangers. That's the theory. See if it fits. There we go, like a glove. Right, I'll get it pinned into here. Right, I love it when a plan comes together. I'm going to put this front one in next. And probably just one more in the centre should be sufficient. So I'll go and get this one done. Whew. Sun's coming out, it's warming up lovely. I've got the front one in ish. Just need to put the hangers on it. I've set him back from this a little bit to enable me to work on, do it this way, it's easier, work on this bit in the future, so I've got space behind to get in there, which makes sense. I might actually take this out and have an opening there and make a little bar or something like that. Not sure at the moment, but for now we'll get a roof on it. Smashing. I think one more in the middle will do it nicely. There we go, it's done. If you're wondering at all what the stuff is on the wood, it's paper. It was outside in a big pile under the cover and there was paper on it, it got damp. It just scrapes off. Anyway, so that's good, very happy with that. Just ready for some sheets now, which I can't get until Monday. So I'm going to have to call it a day there, unfortunately. We'll be back on Tuesday with our how-to video and carrying on with this, getting the roof on it, hopefully on Thursday. So thank you so much for watching and we'll see you all then.